it is undeniable that Bruce Lee was a great martial artist, but being a martial artist does not equate to being a professional fighter combatant. These are two distinct concepts. Bruce Lee's widespread recognition worldwide stems not solely from his influence through film and television works but more so from his advanced ideas and philosophies on martial arts, rather than any achievements he made in fighting combat competitions. If Bruce Lee, in his 20s, were to be transported directly into today's UFC or K1 Glory-style competitions, it is likely that any professional fighter of the same weight class could easily defeat him. The same applies not just to Bruce Lee but also to the top fighters combatants of his era, who would fare similarly if transported to modern times. In the case of someone like Mike Tyson, who was in a different weight class altogether, there is no question that Bruce Lee would have no chance of defeating him under any form of unarmed combat rules. The level of fighting combat sports worldwide has been continually evolving. Not only in Bruce Lee's era but even if you were to transport the UFC dominating races from over 2 decades ago to today, they would only be subjected to defeat. Furthermore, during his lifetime, Bruce Lee devoted most of his energy to filmmaking, and his training intensity could not compare to that of professional fighters of his time. So, what would happen if Bruce Lee, in his youth, were transported to modern times and underwent modern, systematic training? I believe that even in this scenario, Bruce Lee would not become a top-tier fighter due to his nearsightedness, which inherently limits his ability to perform effectively in the ring. But suppose Bruce Lee were not nearsighted and were transported to today, undergoing modern, systematic training. In that case, I believe it is highly possible that Bruce Lee would become one of the best fighters in his weight class and even potentially dominate that level. Bruce Lee possessed impressive physical abilities, with exceptional speed and strength for his class. More importantly, his innate talent and profound understanding of martial arts are undeniable. If Bruce Lee were to compete against top fighters of his era and weight class, considering that there were no mixed martial arts competitions back then, assessing his chances of victory would also involve considering the opponent's discipline. Against the top practitioners of most disciplines, such as professional boxing, judo, and wrestling, I believe Bruce Lee's chances of winning would not be high.